Hello everyone! Surprise! Hello everyone and welcome back to Bravo Leader 83 channel. Welcome back from myself and from our resident guest Grogu. Hello Grogu, how are you tonight?
Insane number of players drop session.
Tonight we have finally the final episode of the Explorers of Arazaeus. We are just waiting for the rest of the gang to connect, but I think it's basically everyone, if I'm not mistaken, based on what I mentioned on Facebook earlier. So let's just cut all of the chit chat and just move into our usual Dungeons and Dragons screen, so we can just see the guys. I will just move this one back on the dice, that you can throwing the dice. So this means that in just a few clicks I should be able to let everyone on stream. Hello everyone and welcome back. How are you guys?
All good, all good.
All good here.
I'm good.
I'm
good.
really excited for this season finale, guys.
Yeah, I've prepared something special.
Ah.
The GM has been given a lot of time, and therefore you should all be worrying.
I'm actually a bit scared.
And don't we worry.
So who we have tonight? We have we have our DM. We have Pixie.
Pixie!
We have Fallon. There we go, and we have Julian. Yeah, I don't think that there's anyone else that mentioned that was going to join us.
Busy. So, yes. Just to do a recap, since it's been a while, what do you guys remember of last time?
That's a good question.
So we'll go around. Bravo leader, go on, give us from your character's perspective, what the hell's going on?
Well, I remember we reached a city that was on the other side of that kind of gulf, and then the madness started.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fallon managed to enslave with that power a lot of people that were fighting for us and with us against like guardians, I would say. And then we actually managed to go through different stages. So we fought 2 or 3 last time. Don't remember exactly the number.
You took down 3 of the 4. The 4th one mysteriously wasn't where he was supposed to be, and seemed to make a beeline for the center of the city where there was a giant spire.
Yeah, I remember.
Stronghold.
Yeah, I remember that we were going to this cathedral, and that's where the adventure actually finished last time.
Yes. Fallon, what about you? Anything to add? Other than you've seen every male apparently in the city.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I mainly remembered, is everyone doing what I say, and it was great.
Yeah.
Pixie, what about you?
Pixie has a dark crown.
Yes, Pixie's gone through a little bit of a journey.
And Pixie now bows to the one called Timmy.
Yes, she adopted Timmy as her deity instead of these tiny things that apparently these guys worship. Apparently Timmy, well, just disappeared and is just not returned. And Nicole has encountered this character before and probably very heavily hinted at why she chose to side with him out of everyone. Anything to add? Anyone else? Yosh?
Now I remember is that fight in the city we had.
And Ben's dominatrix as well. That
Yes. Unfortunate for him that he isn't here. Oh, it just means that he gets his character punishment. What a shame.
Oh.
But yeah, so the rest of you all gathered round before the Great Spire. As well, you tried looking for the last champion in what was meant to be his area, but it was just deserted. I mean, obviously the guy probably knew you were coming, but it's not really in their nature to bugger off as they have. Have you all got the roll D20 up? Because I only see Frederico.
Work.
You know where I am on the map.
Yes. So, I have the image of the spire. I am now going to put onto Frederico's screen.
Yes. Ooh, wow. That's ominous.
And anyone else who's on roll D20 can also see it. Have you all got that? Have you all got it, or do you need a URL for it again?
I was gonna say my roll 20 just does not work on my computer at the moment.
Okay. I'm trying. So for the rest of you, I'm going to take a picture of it and put it onto the Facebook. All the streamers, I assume Frederico can see the horrible, nice little spire.
Yeah, I can see that, and on stream it's pretty clear.
Yeah, just the rest of you, I'll put it on the Facebook chat.
okay.
But you are standing outside the very gates to it. Now, all signs point to the fact the last Guardian, as you guys have called him, I mean, they get many names, but Guardian probably isn't one of them they've ever had before. But, you know, it looks like this is where the guy has entered. On the door, it demands there to be a sacrifice for each person that enters. And then the door will judge whether the sacrifice is worthy. You're not really sure what happens if it doesn't assume that your sacrifice is worthy enough, but after all the experiences you guys have had here, I don't think it's, well, you probably guess it probably isn't very nice. And to further emphasize this, those players who aren't here obviously decided to go first, and obviously our man with the succubus, well, he decided to go first, and I mean, yes, you could. Currently, their backs have turned to the door. It's up to you guys if you want to push him. Well, Pixie chose to sacrifice him immediately. Yes.
Strength check.
You'll need to do.
Strength check.
Yes.
Are you rolling for him?
Yep. Because I have his stats.
Strength, you say? 15.
Okay. And yeah. That one.
Bye.
So, Pix, the guy is obviously either too enthralled by the door or the succubus who's very clearly seen Pixie slowly sneaking up, but deciding, actually, this is going to be a great laugh. Pixie throws him against the door.
Bearing in mind, I'm a cat size.
Yep.
And I still manage.
I think it's more of a little jump and push off with your back feet. And the guy touches the door as your sacrifice. Obviously, he's unwilling, but unfortunately for him, well, the door doesn't give two craps whether it is willing or not. And Pixie disappears in a puff of blue smoke before basically merging with the door. And obviously, from your character side, you'll see what's on the other side, but I've got to wait for the rest to catch up. The succubus guy, however, is now being melded into the very construct of the building, screaming in agony, all the while his dominatrix's wife is basically laughing her ass off and telling him she will see him soon back in their lair. So that's him gone. What the rest of you doing for your sacrifice?
We still have quite a lot of followers, right, the Mentagor?
Well,
So
Fallon
you
has a lot of followers.
But we're sharing them, so we can use them as a sacrifice.
Fallon is being very generous.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
take one.
I'm assuming you're offering Adore all their souls in exchange for your passage.
Only 2 of them.
Only 2. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we might need to keep some.
Which 2 would you? Well, which 2 willing participants? Because these guys will do whatever the hell you want. Are you going to pick? You have a wide selection of cultists and warriors available.
I want the weakest looking one and the tallest looking one.
So there is an absolute gigantic monster of a man, more muscle than human now, who willingly does it for you. And then there's a really, really scrawny, weak guy with rags. No one's even sure how this guy's even survived this far. I think it was more the guy pretended to fight in the far distant background and just got away with it, being so weak. He too was sacrificed upon the altar. Well, the spire. The door shimmers. And Fallon disappears in this blue smoke as well, before being transported onto the other side of the door. However, because Fallon is now gone, her spell breaks. And all the rest of the cultists are now looking up at the few of you that remain, seeing the door, seeing what just happened, knowing the entire extent of what's just gone out, and are preparing to draw their weapons because, well, they need sacrifices too to get to the great reward on the other side. And you guys, you would make some great rewards. So, last 2 of you, roll for initiative.
Yes.
As Fallon may have incidentally killed half the party.
Yeah, this is interesting.
5.
5.
Yes.
Oh, you're going last. What do you get, Def?
14.
14. Okay, so the first group will get the jump on you. There's only 2 of them right at the front. Obviously, these were going to be the next 2 sacrificed, probably by Fallon, for another one of you guys to get through. But, well, she sacrificed them first, and now they're coming for you. The first guy, he seems to be more bloated mass than man. His guts are hanging out. He smells absolutely awful. The enchantment is now broken. And he basically grabs his intestine from inside his stomach and uses that as the weapon. And he is going to go for Bravo Leader.
Yes.
He is rolling to hit. Rolls a 16.
22.
The intestine simply bounces off your immense armor carapace. Or, well, more likely explodes and you get loads of guts on you and rotting flesh. But, you know, he's got much more intestine to throw at you yet. The second one. This is yet another perverted man. Obviously gained from the realm of, well, your ex-party member, shall we say. And he's going to go after... Well, apparently they all like Bravo Leader tonight.
Come.
So he is going to attack, but he is not going to use a weapon. He has got a vial of a mysterious substance. He's going to throw it. He gets on target, not at Bravo Leader, but at his feet. Or, well, the ground below. The vial detonates. And Bravo Meter, make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Oh, so is plus wisdom, huh? 18.
Pass. So you only get part of the effects. So, the vial he thrown was some sort of, well, obviously a drug of some sort, because Slanesh. Luckily, you don't get the main effect of it, but you are high as hell.
Okay.
So you are currently seeing magical colours, maybe a unicorn in the background, galloping over the many dead bodies you guys have just caused to get this far. See dragons in the sky,
Ooh.
and also the eye above. Yeah, it turns out it's always been open. It's just been more, you can see clearly now. The eye has always been watching you. And the sky is more of an illusion, meant to, well, keep you guys sane. So, that's his turn, then it's Death's. Death! There's two guys in front of you.
I am going to unarmed strike them. So I'm
Yes.
going to start punching them.
Yep. Go ahead.
What, an 11?
Nope.
Okay.
So, the first guy dodges out of the way. He's seen you do this way too many times at this point. It's kind of also probably the reason why they seem to be going for Bravo Leader. They don't really want to touch the deaf guy. Any more attacks, or are you done?
That's it.
Alright, second group. As the second group starts heading up the stairs, one will fire an arrow at Bravo Leader. They like even rolls on these so far. Bravo Leader. Well, you've got an insane AC anyway, so I doubt you'll get freaking hit. 20, so no. Not natural, just 20.
Okay.
The other one, well, this guy seems to be just basically a stand berserker. Raging outwards with a battle cry and charging up the steps. He's going to go for death. Oh, this guy's got a death wish.
You waited for that.
Swings at death for 16.
Yep.
Yep, hits. His axe chews into your flesh. Do you have a touch effect? I believe you do.
Think so. Check.
Anything? Nope. Well, do you?
I'm not too sure.
Damage anyway. So the blade bites into you. Make a wisdom save.
Yep. Natural 20.
Okay. You will take just the damage. Just simple as that. The blade bites into you. You feel a demonic presence attempt to go into your body. However, it takes one look at your deathly hellish form and is like, nah. I'm gonna wait around for some other poor little mortal that, well, doesn't kill and destroy everything on touch. So you'll only take 5 damage. And the third group, because Bravo Leader rolled absolutely crap.
Yep.
Third group, first one goes towards Bravo Leader, another Berserker. He's going to roll and hit for 17, which is a noob. Mr. Tank. Yep, just ignoring it completely. And second guy, he is going to cast a spell. Ooh. This guy's a bit weird. He has a staff and everything. Oh. He's going to cast a spell at Death. Death, make another wisdom save.
16.
Yep, the spell does nothing. You feel demonic energies around you. However, again, they take one look at your form and are like, nah, not for me. I prefer little mortals with actual flesh and stuff that I can do too. Okay, brother leader, your go. There is now 6 guys practically in front of you.
Yeah, I try and grapple the closest one with my, you know, with the mouth on my stomach.
Yep.
So, I mean, try and grapple. So I would try that like an attack, like a normal attack, I guess.
Yep. So grapple is opposing strength checks, and I will roll to see which guy is closest to you. Okay, it's that guy. So it's a berserker. Beat a 16.
It's not an attack.
Grapple, isn't it?
Yeah, I try to bite and to actually have a grip on it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 14. 6 plus 8.
14. Nope. His AC is higher. Your mouth reaches out to grapple him and devour his lovely sweet flesh. Unfortunately, this berserker, well, he seems a bit more quick and nimble on his feet, and is able to just about get out of the way.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Nope. Okay, next round. That means there is another group coming because they are all the giant horde that Fallon had is now running practically in your direction towards the gate and the stairs.
I do apologise for this, by the way.
First group. First one goes for Bravo Leader. Natural 1. So the guy basically tried to jump into, or well, at Bravo Leader. The second guy also apparently tried to do the exact same thing because, you know, these guys are totally original. And they actually clash into each other and start rolling down the stairs.
Nah.
Don't take damage, but they are basically prone. Death, over to you.
I'm just... Well, now that they're getting predictable. I'm going to use my mace.
Okay.
Nah, that's just missed on general. That was a 5.
Well, I mean, you've been so used to the combat technique of touch it and it dies.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this touching it up doesn't really, you know, you're not used to having something this heavy on your hand. It's like, oh, you know, it's all out of balance, and it's just not worth it. Yeah, you missed completely.
You go back to the gym.
Right, second group. This guy is going for death. Got bugger all. So 5, so nope. Second guy will be going for Bravo Leader and got 18, so nope. Third group. Next one will go for Bravo Leader. Natural 20. Spellcaster, and this guy's spell. Right. Bravo Leader, roll a D100.
100.
Yep, D100.
So I do it. 2, so 29.
29.
Hi, Angela.
Okay, the demonic spirits are around you, and you feel their energy coursing through you, creating a curse upon your body. The curse, however, seems to be really pathetic, and whatever demon was being summoned obviously sees this as more of a bit of a joke than anything, as you will now have a constant sniffle and runny nose. You have disadvantage on stealth, persuasion, and deception checks.
Okay.
And also it's just annoying. Because of course the spellcaster rolled utterly garbage when he actually gets through. Right. Bravo, leader!
Yeah.
You have 4 guys in front of you, 2 more are coming up the stairs very fast, and 2 are basically clumsily going down the stairs going ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, I try to attack again with my mouth to try and clinch on them with the mouth. I try and attack the one that seems to be the easiest one to get, the one that is that has the apparently, at least on by the look of it, with the lightest armor.
So that'll be one of the berserkers, as they don't have much armor at all.
Yeah, so I'll attack. So this time I'll invoke the power of the gods. So it's favored by the gods. On a roll, I can add 2d4. So
Sure.
just to be sure that this time I don't. So it's 4, and it's 3. So it's 16 plus 7.
Yeah, that's gonna get through.
Because it's 8 plus 8 to attack, plus 7 of the 2d4. So it's 23 in total.
Yep, that easily goes through.
Okay. Then I try to keep the mouth closed on this guy, and basically with him clinched, I try and smash him against the wall, against the door.
Okay, you smash him against the door, and once again it dissolves into it. However, seems the door is not happy with this level of sacrifice. One measly, pathetic chaos champion. Oh, so the door begins to flash very slowly at the start, but as time goes on, it seems to be, from your experience, it's basically a countdown of you've got to do better, you've got a time limit to satisfy me, or shit will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean my turn is over, I believe.
Yep. So that's that. Now the last group, well, the new group that's running up the stairs at the moment. First one is going to attack Bravo Leader with his very kinky whip. Obviously, this is again one of the succubus's favoured champions. Natural 1. Okay, so the whip goes out and accidentally hits the poor bugger that was, well, running up next to her. And you will see the effect of this whip, because the person is awful at wisdom saves as well as the partner. Obviously, these two aren't exactly the brightest bunch in the groups. The guy's skin begins to be flayed even without the whip touching him. Over and over and over. And the guy is screaming out in pain as his turn is basically delayed and he takes a load of damage. Right, that's that one, and then do the ones prone get up. Nope, because they also are rolling terrible, and so they keep tumbling down the stairs. Right, back to the top.
Meanwhile, Lancelot's trying to eat the DM's pencil.
Yes, the cat is also trying to eat my pencil.
Not just a cat, it's Lancelot the cat.
So,
The greatest cat in the land.
back to the top. First one will go for Bravo Leader.
Come at me.
They really like you today.
Yes.
I might try switching around the odds of the events.
I mean, I'm just there, shield on one hand, quarterstaff on the other. Come at me.
Yeah, so he will go and get bugger all, so he will do nothing. Second spellcaster. Blah, blah, blah. We will go for death. Yes, the death spellcaster is feeling brave. Death, make a wisdom saving throw.
I have got unnatural 20 again.
Ooh, nice. Demonic spirits yet again are flowing around you, and they keep going, nope, 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 no. No way in hell am I going to go in that thing. Right. Death, your go.
I'm going to run up to the closest one and drop kick him. I missed. Got a 6.
Oh, you know, you screwed me. I'm going to use my feet. And unfortunately, you're on a giant load of stairs.
Nah.
So, you know, loose footing, it's a pain in the ass. Alright, is that your go, Death?
Yeah.
He's laughing at the cat, by the way. He's not laughing.
I'm laughing at both.
Because Lancelot is obsessed with trying to steal the pencil now. If you hear like little meows in the background, that's because he's obsessed. Oh, he's gone.
It's now scared of this pencil.
Yeah, but Aurora's.
So, next one goes for Death. Yes, Death-like. Rolls a 7. Nope. What is that, Bravo Leader?
I'm trying to use the later a spell I wanted to show before I do that on stream, but apparently I can't manage to show the page on the camera. It's too big. The book is too big.
So, yeah, he goes for Death, got 7. Next guy also goes for Death, and gets an 11. They're rolling rubbish today. I'm going to get out my special dice any minute now because this is getting pathetic. Right, Bravo Leader, your go.
Yeah, I'm getting to the guy, and I think there were a couple of barbarians in front of us, right?
Yeah.
One is now gone. I'm trying to get to the second one. Oh, not one.
Oh, so.
Yeah. I definitely
So,
don't...
Bravo Leader tries once again to get another sacrifice as the door is pulsating slightly faster now, and, you know, tensions are going to start rising high. Unfortunately for Bravo Leader, he also is on a load of stairs. And unfortunately seems to slip on, well, I'm not sure if it's a bit of guts from the intestine or just some slop or some blood that was there before from what other sacrifices have been here before. And Bravo Leader begins to fall down the stairs. Which is basically every turn he's got to roll to see if he gets off of prone, and everyone will get opportunity attacks as he starts going past chaos along the stairs. Luckily at the turn, there's only one group coming up. So this group is going to be going by, well, Bravo Leader is falling by them.
Yeah, let me know when I can, because I should still be able. I should still be able to do the bonus action as soon as I'm.
Yes, you can. Yeah, go bonus action.
Yeah, so because I'm really angry, because of this, I will trigger my my special ability, which is Radiant Consumption. It's a bonus action for the Aasimar, and basically everyone that is in a 10-foot radius around me will take, at this point, 3 radiant damage.
Does that include death?
Actually, each creature. Yeah. Yep,
death as well. Oh.
Yes.
So, Yep, go ahead.
So yeah, I will basically transform. Spectral wings will appear at my back. Light emits from my eyes, and I start shedding this bright light in this 10 feet radius, and whoever is in this radius gets 3 radiant damage.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
I'm going down the stairs possibly, and I just basically enrage and trigger this transformation.
Okay, the transformation occurs, and everyone gets 3 points of radiant damage, including you, Death.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So, the first load of cultists, as Bravo Leader is passing by, take 3 damage, and they will have their attack of opportunities on him as he's prone. The first one gets a natural 20.
Boo.
So, let's go. So, Bravo Leader will take 12 damage and roll a d100.
Yeah. So it's 1 and 3, so 13.
13? Okay. Bravo Leader, with his angelic wings, goes by the cultists. One of them hits him with what looks to be a very old bone. It hurts like hell, however. And suddenly, he takes on the appearance of and smell of being undead. But he's not undead. He just looks like an undead.
Wow.
So you now have a literal dead angel radiating celestial light bouncing down a load of stairs.
Okay.
There. Yep. And the second one gets bugger all but has advantage. So rolls again. And 16, so nope. Right. Then you have the new group, who is currently heading up the stairs, and is also now pressing Bravo Leader and take 3 damage each. And then we'll also attack Bravo Leader. First one. No. Second one. 23.
Ooh. Yes.
Yes. Okay, roll a d100.
So we have a 4 and 7. 47.
47. Okay. So you got hit by a tankard. Just a normal drinking tankard, no metal. You know, it's got a few spikes on it, so it actually hurts when people get hit by it. However, you not only are now high, you are also extremely drunk. And the drunkenness will increase every turn. Well, and then after a certain number of turns, fun things will happen. So let me know if you survive, well, aren't through the gate in 5 turns. Okay, is that the gate flashes? Death!
Yeah. Am I still rolling down the stairs, or have I got back up?
Oh no, you're not rolling down the stairs, he is.
Ah,
You're perfectly fine, he's the one that got a natural 1.
okay.
And slipped on some innards or something.
Right.
Yeah, you're just watch. I mean, the good news is, Death, everyone's focus is now kind of on Bravo Leader, as he is basically heading towards the horde of minions. And you're basically being left alone with only 2 guys at the very top of the stairs.
I am going to run at one of the guys and try and punch him.
Go ahead.
Please, Dash, please! 11.
No. So, I don't know if it's just the thing of this, you know, the pulsating gate, the noises of people that have been sacrificed to it melding into the superstructure, or you don't know if it's just the thing this guy's wearing is just really kinky. Something's putting you off. Maybe you just don't want to touch him at this state, you know. I mean, do you really want to touch that little person in dominatrix outfit? Nah, you know, it's So, no, you miss. Anything else on your turn?
Nah, I think that's it.
Okay. These guys will... They only are with you, so they'll go for you, Death. First one rolls fuck all. Second one rolls 13, which I don't think is a... I don't believe 13 gets through your AC, does it, Death?
No, it doesn't.
Nope, all good. Now for Bravo Leader. Bravo Leader, your turn. Roll to get your ass... Well, to stop falling down the goddamn stairs.
Yeah, so it's rolled the d20 first, right?
Yeah, it's Dex.
Dex, okay. 7 plus 2, 9.
Nope. So, Bravo Leader continues to flop down the stairs. Have you got a bonus action or anything you wanted to...
Yeah, I will definitely start chanting some healing prayer, and I will basically cast a healing word on myself, level 1 only. Let me just check. I think it's just 1d4 if I'm not mistaken. Let me just be entirely sure. This was Gladiel. So it's healing word. Yeah, 1d4 plus spellcasting ability. So it's 1d4 plus 5. So it's of course a 1. 1 plus 5, so it's 5. Sorry, 5 plus 1, so it's 6 in total.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so I will start chanting this.
Yeah, well, you're hearing like bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I mean, it's curing your scrapes and bruises as well as you're going down these giant ass freaking stairs. Right. This is your second turn without having done another sacrifice.
Yeah.
So, get to the fun stuff. The door pulsates once, and one of the symbols lights up on the door. It is the symbol of Nurgle. You're green, aren't you?
I am.
Alright, you're lucky you get a free pass because he is your deity, and so does not want to instantly kill you. Or do anything.
I mean, that's reassuring.
Yeah, at least this time around. I mean, if you happen to not do another sacrifice again, well, I mean, you promised him one, and he's just going to be a bit hissy fit. And so, you know, you get away the first time, but the second. So that's you, right? Now all your attack opportunities because you're still falling down the stairs. Oh, I love this. Right, so the first one, your AC is basically your saving grace.
Yeah.
First one, no. Second one, 21.
No.
No. Third one, no. Fourth one, no. Fifth one, no. Sixth one, natural 20. Yay!
Yeah.
Roll a D100.
Yep. So it's a 3 and a 0. So it's 30.
30. Roll again, because you've already got that one.
Another 100.
Yep.
And it is another 3 and a 4. 34.
34.
I never liked that kind of bluff.
Yes, you get hit by a card. Like a literal playing card.
Ah,
it
like
seems to
cannon.
have arrows going both forward and backwards. Like a circle arc. And if anyone's played Uno, that is basically the card that's been put down and slapped across his face. Whenever he takes damage, a random party member in range will also take the same damage.
Ooh. Hi, Death. Sorry.
Right.
So
that's
all
your
of
attack
these
of
people,
opportunity.
all of these people that I run through, they are all getting the 3
Oh, they're all getting
radiant,
free
right?
damage. Oh yeah, they're getting free damage every turn. It's every turn, isn't it?
Yeah, every turn. Yes.
Oh yeah. Like the first group you went by is now looking quite hurt, and obviously the fresh ones look less hurt, but they're gonna start stacking it up quite quick. So back round. So back to the 2 against Death. First one, nope. Second one, 15, which I don't think goes through.
No.
No, so Death is fine. Over to Death.
I'm gonna start punching him again. Why? Because I can. Hey, 19! Hey!
Hey, finally! Death, you actually touch. It repulses you because the guy's wearing, high leather heels and a leathery coarse K around his chest. But, you finally gain the concentration needed to actually touch the thing. And your effect, I believe it's like an instant kill.
Yeah, it's an instant kill.
Yes. The person disintegrates before Death's very eyes.
You're next.
So Death's only got one guy left in front of him. Bravo leader. You get the first 2. You're still going to take 3 damage. They look very, very, very hurt.
I need to roll or to stand up, or I'm finally at the end of this staircase.
You got these 2 first, then it's your go, and then
okay.
it's. So these are just the 2 buggers that were, the ones that were right next to you, and basically been following you down the stairs, trying to hit you as you've been rolling down the stairs. So these 2, the first one, 20, but not natural, and I doubt that will go for the AC. And the second one, natural 1. Hey, so he's also falling down the stairs.
Amazing.
So there is now a giant, big, squiggly guy with a giant ass mouth, also, full next to another guy who's just rolling down a berserker. Right, Bravo leader, try and get up.
Yep.
You're currently 2 turns down the stairs. At this
17.
point. Yes, Bravo leader stops himself, or more likely uses a skull or something to actually just temporarily let him to gain momentum and stop himself falling down the stairs. You're now back up standing.
And I believe that this one is my main action in this turn, right?
Yeah, it's main action, but you have a bonus.
Yeah. And I would probably still keep going with another chant to get a little bit in a little bit more health. So I will go another healing word on myself for another 6.
Sure.
Yep, and I will just get myself back, and I can still move though, right?
Yes, you'll just have attack of opportunities because they're behind you, to the left of you, to the right of you, and in front of you.
So I will need to survive 3 opportunity attacks, right?
Yep.
I mean, I will take the chance and move. And move back towards. I should be able, because 2 turns rolling down. I should still be able to.
You can make 2 turns rolling down. It's basically half of the movement. So yeah, you could basically do that. Right. So the 3 opportunity attacks. First one has got 22.
Ooh, yes. Yeah.
Roll a D100.
We have 1 and 5. 15.
15. At least you're getting low ones, so not too bad. Okay. Bravo leader, you feel an energy going around you once again, as this time someone throws a glass eye at you. And it deals 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, they rolled like the lowest damage roll they could on that one. However, suddenly, all those who are currently living are suddenly invisible to you. You can't see them. You can't see visually. You can't visually perceive living creatures anymore. However, death you can see, because technically, is he alive at this point? It's debatable. That's that one. Yeah, and the second guy gets bugger all, and the third guy gets bugger all. So you basically peg it up to death. He's currently seems to be fighting nothing in the air, and you look back and you can't see any of the horde or anything coming your way.
Okay.
Okay, and the rest of their turn will be basically getting up back to you, and then back round to the one guy against death, who will attack death for natural 1. So he's rolling down the stairs. I think he kind of just saw what death did and went, do you know what, I'm just going to start rolling down the stairs, as I think it's the safer option. No, he seems to have a little bit of intelligence, this guy. So death, your go.
I take it I've got no one up here fighting. Or worth
Nope,
fighting.
no one. Yeah, the only guy is currently rolling back down the stairs, and you've just seen Bravo leader sprinting up next to you, being followed by quite a lot of other hordists. And at the bottom of the stairs, there's a hell of a lot more coming up.
Oh, I might have time for this. I might have time for this. I might have something for this.
I like how none of you tried to get through the door yet you're just fighting.
Don't say that! I want to see how long they last.
No, but I'm just
Can I
resetting.
So, Jeff, what are you doing?
Earth Tremor?
Okay, you cast Earth Tremor.
So I need
You need to roll your...
deck first. Apparently. Yeah.
Widgie has joined D&D.
I roll my deck, so D20. $17. I think that hits. Let me check. Yep, then I've got to do the cast, which is a 1d4 plus 4. And that is not the right dice. That's yeah, that's the wrong one. Fuck. That one. It's a miss. Okay, that's it. Can't do anything else. Can't be fair.
Bravo leader? Sorry, I think my microphone was on. Sorry, my microphone was on. What you're going to do is your go. You don't see anyone around you except for death.
Yeah. So what I try to do, I put the rest of the magic whale blood into the I have a goblet of bones, and I smash it on the door.
Hey, there we go. The door graciously accepts your goddamn uber mega blood, and you disappear in a puff of smoke.
Amazing.
Death, you're alone, and the horde is now literally one turn away from just pouncing the shit out of you, as there is now literally just you alone.
I don't think I could take anything with me. So everything I touch just turns to ash. Can I?
Oh yeah, probably that your sight is returned now, and all the ill effects are off.
Okay.
That you got because the door purges it.
Okay.
How much
So I'm not high.
damage?
I don't look undead, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
So
thanks.
all the negative effects you got in the last fight are gone. It's just death on his own now. Just seeing
Can I
literally
my
a
arm?
horde. Huh?
Can I sacrifice my arm?
Really
You
tough.
could.
I really thought that I was going to die. this time.
Okay, I'll sacrifice my arm.
They're not, they
Okay.
can't listen 'cause I
You
used
place
it
your
in,
arm on the gate, and I'm guessing what? Chop it off, or
Yeah,
I think I deserve this.
just literally lop it off.
sure. Your arm disappears screaming, which is weird because it's an arm, into the doorway, and you also disappear in a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the door, this is what you will all see. I'll
Thank you very
I'll
much.
put a picture onto the Facebook group.
They
33.
see.
Hope you're enjoying the.
No.
Oh wow!
Why
I hope you're enjoying the
don't they
adventure.
not see we?
So, you guys passed through the gate. I'm just getting the picture for the Facebook group.
What the?
So is this what we see on the other side?
Yep. Yeah, this is what you're seeing on the other side.
Wow.
You are all currently, what's the best way to put it? You're currently levitating in literal space, and in front of you, you are seeing the equivalent of, well, what seems to be some sort of planet. I guess that's the best, easiest way to describe it. You're used to. However, you also sense that its two glowing orbed eyes are fixed directly in front of you all. What you do?
Wow.
Hi. I'm trying to call out to it.
You're gonna call up. You say hi. Alan, what are you doing?
I'm not
Oh,
too
no.
sure at this second.
Can you see on the Facebook group the giant monstrous planet eye?
Yeah, originally I just saw the anime and I was like, is this what we're seeing? And then I saw the next bit of it.
No, ignore Dreg. He's dead. Or worse.
Ignore Widgie as well. You're not seeing Widgie.
Is there any way like I could try and investigate what's going on or like try and work out what's
Yeah?
happening?
Do you want to try an investigation check? There's Arcana check.
I'm a bit better at investigating. So I'll do investigation.
Sure,
You're
roll an
very-
investigation.
14.
I mean, you really have a goddamn clue what the hell this thing is. However, you would assume that as it had some sort of eye looking upon you, this is probably the thing that was well, one of the party was constantly saying was constantly staring at him at night. That's kind of what you get now, you know, just from what you got for 14. Maybe that works.
For me.
What are you doing, Bravo Leader? You're seeing this giant literal planet as you are little more than a speck of dust compared to it in size, currently staring at you.
I kneel.
Okay, you try to kneel and...
Yeah, I raise my quarterstaff. I mean, with my hands raised, with my quarterstaff on them, and I basically pledge my allegiance to the entity that is in front of me.
Okay, that's what Bravo Leader does. Death and Pixie, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow suit. I'm gonna do the same.
Okay, so Pixie is also trying to kneel in 0G gravity. So you're kind of trying to, yeah, it's kind of like you're flopping all over the place, but yeah, he gets the idea. Death, what about you?
do the same thing, just in case.
Alright, Death is also in 0G trying to bow and kneel before this giant literal planet. The eyes seem to be...
Everyone again. So is anyone?
Yeah, everyone go again, yeah.
Are any of the men under me again?
No.
Okay.
No, something's suppressing it.
Okay.
And you imagine from your investigation check, this thing probably is suppressing the shit out of it. Whatever the hell this thing is. The eyes take a look at you, and giant orange beams begin scanning each of you. Before it utters the phrase, anomalies detected, calling caretaker. Please remain where you are. What do you do?
I do not remain where I am. I'm just going to try and walk around in space if I can, or move a bit.
Fallon is trying to walk in 0G.
Yeah, but like Michael
So-
Jackson.
Yep. Do you have a fly spell or anything that you could actually use to maneuver, or are you literally just running in a direction and you're not actually moving anywhere and just...
Yeah, I don't have any flying spells, so won't be doing
Yeah,
that. But
I think the only one that could probably move is Bravo Leader with his angelic wings.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it,
so
it
the rest of
lasts,
you, it's told you are anomalies, and to remain where you are, a caretaker is on its way.
yeah, keep in mind that the wings are just can last.
What it means by caretaker.
Sorry, what was that, Bravo Leader?
Yeah, sorry, it's only 1 minute the transformation, so I don't.
Oh,
think
okay,
it's...
now my Bravo Leader's, yeah, his wings are gone.
Yeah.
He felt for a quick moment that there was some sort of celestial breeze, and then it went...
I'm gonna try and communicate with it. I'm gonna ask what's caretaker.
Why haven't we tried to kill it?
Looking caretaker. So you have asked it, what is caretaker?
Yeah.
Caretaker has been directed by Sphere 0000000001. Estimated time of arrival, 5 minutes.
Oh,
Secretly try and throw a ball bearing at this eye, very slyly,
yeah.
like a rogue, just to see if I
Yep,
can
you
get
throw a
everyone-
ball. Yep, you throw a ball bearing at it. It slowly goes through the void and then tink off its shell.
Okay, I won't waste any arrows on it. That's fine. That's what I wanted to work out.
Mhm.
Hmm.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna try and ask it. What are you?
You're going to ask it, what are you? Administrator 002759876.
Administrator for what?
Unauthorized access. Time has been decreased for caretaker. You now have 4 minutes.
oi, oi, oi.
I feel like something bad's going to happen, you know.
It's kind of like a countdown to death, isn't it?
Hmm.
Speaking to me.
What do you want to do, Death?
Not this time.
Try and touch it. See what happens.
Yeah, if I like try and poke it, so yeah, fuck it, poke it.
Sure, Death. You attempt to poke the giant planetary machine. Now, you'd assume, using all your many hours of experience of poking things, it should probably disintegrate. Except this thing doesn't even seem to even give a shit about your tiny level of power and your poor attempt of destruction. Alarm initiated. Probability of anomalous being hostile increased by 32.9%. Caretaker speed has now increased. 3 minutes remaining.
Well, sorry guys.
Pay your offerings for that caretaker person, unless you want to die. Maybe we can reason with the caretaker thing.
Yeah.
This
I
thing
mean,
does not seem. Actually, I'm gonna. Can I roll to see insight of it?
Sure.
The insight, because I don't think it. Well, Pixie knows what a machine is.
Yeah.
Like, do you get what I mean? Pixie wouldn't know. So let's have a look. So just an
Insight, yeah.
insight. 15 plus. What's insight? With 17 total.
17.
Yeah.
This thing does not seem to have any outward hostile intent. This thing doesn't really seem to even really care about you. Its attention is seemingly divided, with it using a minimum of 0.00000000001% processing power to even be able to communicate and deal with you guys. Whatever it seems to be doing, it seems to be part of a much larger plan, and you are more like data bugs to it. Something anomalous that needs a higher level of intelligence to investigate and see what exactly you guys are, and you represent any kind of actual threat.
Right,
I'm gonna
so
say that to the party basically. Pixie thinks this is strange being calling higher being to see about us.
as a rogue, I would be having to get myself out of tricky situations. Can I try and see if there's anywhere I can exit? Because if it's anything like a bug, like let's say it's like a
Sure.
computer bug, then
So
like
in front of you have the giant ass machine. All around you seems to be completely empty voidal space, except for some sort of ring that has forests, oceans, and actual mortals living on it, and a distant planet which you can see on the image in the far left corner.
Oh, okay.
The planet, however, doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to have any life on it, and seems to be a barren husk.
I'm just gonna kind of point down there.
You're going to what?
Point down to the
Here's
planet.
a point.
Yep.
How are we breathing?
Yeah. How are you breathing?
Am I breathing?
Are we breathing?
Yeah, you're breathing.
How are we breathing?
What are you doing? You asking the party? You asking the thing?
No,
Or...
it's from zero G.
I'm putting the question out there because we're still alive. We would have died within like so
Probably
many
should be
seconds.
dead right about now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Pixie just realised this. Pixie realised that she can still breathe and use her nose. Pixie finds this very suspicious.
What about the rest of you?
How far are we from this ring? I mean, is it like a reachable kind of a distance?
If you had some sort of flight ability, you probably could reach the ring. But currently, you're all kind of being suspended in space in zero G. Except for Fallon, who's slow, like really teeny tiny slowly, floating away as she threw a ball bearing, and so is heading in the opposite direction. But I mean, like, it would take her years for her to actually disappear from view.
Uh-huh.
Does it look like it's having? Can I suppose the best thing would be to describe it be a medicine check or something on myself to see, because my character's really suspicious.
Yeah, roll a
she's
medicine
still
check.
breathing, but she's trying to notice if there's any, if us being in this place is having any like effect. I guess medicine is the best sort of check for that, isn't it? I got 9, so I don't think I mean, I look fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Nothing
you're breathing.
seems off. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
You don't seem to be dying of any lack of oxygen or water or food. And you're okay.
So, big eye thing. Could I try and persuade it and tell us what it's doing?
Roll a dice.
No, it just works. 19.
19. Put your question. Because the wording is important.
Oh no.
Don't fuck it up.
It's not.
So your exact wording you want to put towards it is?
What are you, and what is your main reason and why you're here?
You got 19, didn't you? So you got high enough.
Yeah.
I am administrator. My purpose is to administrate region in vicinity of 500,000 galaxies. You have been designated anomalies. Please hold. Caretaker is currently en route and will be available in 2 minutes.
Out of character, we're basically through to the tech support. We're in that, I'd laugh if there was that music, that on hold music playing in the background, like on the phone.
But yeah, that's the answer you got from your question.
Oh, that's too meta. I was gonna say, can we have a list of options? But that's too.
No, that's way too meta.
That's what I was gonna say.
Go on.
Way too meta.
What about the rest of you?
There
Trying to
is
figure out
nothing
how-
behind us, right? So in front of us, there is
Void.
this planet,
Yeah.
the ring, and another planet. And then behind
Yeah,
us,
I mean,
nothing.
there's a star in the far distance. Maybe another few planets beyond the planet, but I mean, you haven't got any real long sight to really determine it. It's just like bright lights.
I'm gonna ask it if it's a living thing.
You're asking if it's a living thing.
You a living thing?
Are you a living thing? Anomaly?
I think I am.
Then I am living thing. Anomaly.
Are you an anomaly?
No, I am administrator.
Why am I an anomaly?
You have readings that have matched the program. However, your original base location is against all known rules. Please hold. Caretaker is currently en route. You have 1 minute remaining.
So it says we're not in the place. Where did we start on that island?
You asking it? Or
No, I'm asking the party. What bit of the island did we start on?
It was on the south. No, there was the map, and we started from the bottom part of the island. But there was always. Do we recognize those eyes to be those that were looking at us from the sky?
The ones that were looking at from the sky looked more bestial. However, it seems to because you were in that drug haze, it seemed to be some sort of an illusion.
Okay.
Kind of like, you guys and others of that area were adventurers, or, in that kind of fantasy setting. It made more sense than a giant-ass robot sphere staring down at you.
Do I still have my crown?
You still have your crown.
Do we still have all our items?
Yes, you still have all your items.
Can I ask it about little Timmy?
You may ask about little Timmy.
I said, where is little Timmy?
Please specify little Timmy. I currently have records of 13,284,963.16 Timmys in existence in my sphere of influence.
Can I give you a memory from my brain? So can I picture it and you see what I picture?
Requesting access granted. So, the eye focuses in on Nicole, and an orange beam right into her brain. Nicole, make an intelligence save.
God, I'm gonna get myself killed on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Pixie's curious. 16.
Yeah. So,
Total, there's no bonus.
Nicole, your mind does not fracture as it is beginning to drain your memories. After consuming your entire life and everything you have ever experienced, it begins computing.
Do I feel weird?
Well, yeah, you've just had basically like your entire life has just flashed before your eyes from every possible viewpoint. It's very. I mean, you're on the very edge of insanity. I mean, you luckily managed to avoid it. Just.
I'm gonna start licking myself. Does it
Extraction complete. Please state request.
Where is Timmy as?
The almighty, powerful little Timmy, otherwise known as Caretaker 228747, is currently en route to Spire. Please stand by. We'll be accepting transmission within 30 seconds.
Yay!
Oh my.
At least we know who's coming now. Now I'm gonna lick myself religiously.
Don't really think it's a good idea.
They saw things. They saw things from when I was a wee bit kitten. And I accidentally knocked over.
That is correct. Data has been stored for later evaluation.
They know that I accidentally pushed my brother in the bit of milk. They know.
Right. Countdown is starting. What are you guys doing for the last 30 seconds?
Would there be any way I could move down to that planet at all?
Have you got any spells that would allow you, or wings, or flight ability, or...
No, but I have really good acrobatics.
That'd be great if you had gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's very smart.
If we are within the last 30 seconds, I start casting guidance on myself.
Sure.
It's a, it's a concentration spell. It lasts 1 minute, so by the time Timmy or whoever arrives, I should still have other 30 seconds of that. And yeah, I add 1d4 to whatever ability check I have to do. But yeah, I'll start.
You do that. Death.
Yep. Can I cast a quick healing spell on myself?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can work it out. Fallon, you doing anything else, or is that you done?
That's it.
Cool. Fallon?
Yeah, that's me done.
Okay, so the 30 seconds will end, and you will see a beam of light enter through the star and impact the sphere, turning the eyes from orange to blue. And the very mechanisms begin turning, and it seems to be in like a more awakened state. Speak, anomalies.
Timmy, and my character's gonna stop.
Oh, it's you. So you survived the trials.
My character's gone is.
Where is the one with the... how to put it? Insane, sexy demon lady.
I pushed him into the gate as sacrifice.
Ah, very interesting. It went against my predictions.
Anything for Timmy.
The rest of you seem to be intact. So, what did you think of the trials?
I personally loved having my own army, so thank you very much.
Yes, you seem to have been given a unique gift by one of the programmers.
Pixie is not sure what word program I mean.
Yeah, programmers? What's that?
I was gonna say, can I try and understand like what jargon he's using? Or...
Yeah, go ahead.
Would I roll something for that, or?
Yeah, let's have a think. What are you trying to do again? It's the
I understand that it, because obviously like program would be like a jargon for like.
roll. Insight, I guess, is probably your best bet.
Quick check. What I got? Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Program, you've heard some ancient script mention it once or twice from some long forgotten language. You know, you weren't really paying that much attention. Best relation you could probably do is someone in charge of whatever the hell you went through. They were the ones that created, I guess, these trials.
Okay.
For what purpose, you have absolutely no idea, but that's kind of what you get from that word.
I'm going to ask why all of this, and why us?
Why the trials, you say?
Yes.
It is part of the greater plan and expansion of the spheres. Of course, you will have no knowledge of them at all. Why you exactly? I was bored, and I wanted to see what would happen if I threw a few anomalies into the usual boring calculations and the usual outcomes. I mean, you guys got this far. You got to the end of the trials with unique abilities, and you didn't go utterly goddamn insane or turn into some, well, maybe one of you turned into some sort of monstrous creation. Not talking about the guy with the mouth stomach, of course, that's just usual. He's quite a boring one, really, but you, Def, you seem a bit more special.
Pixie's gonna put her paw.
Yes. See?
Pixie's not sure why we anomaly. What makes us anomaly?
Because you have not gone through the previous trials, tribulations, and tests needed for all new applicants of the Sphere program. However, you have passed, mostly intact and mostly with acceptable results. So I can conclude my experimentation was above average. Maybe not excellent, like certain of my creations, but yes, I'd say you've done very, very well, at least. I may have to try more anomalies in the future and see what other unique paradoxes and finales are created in the process. But as to what to do with you now, well, I guess I shall give you that option.
Praise Timmy.
I thank you.
Pixie's just gonna keep.
Well, this is your opportunity. You are standing in front of an administrator with access to records beyond your imagining, with information beyond all your imagining, and with some would probably wreck your whole mortal concept of reality on its head. You could go back to your own little world, and I could see what happens if I put you back there with your unique gifts. Or I could throw you into the Sphere program and see just how anomalous you truly are. I mean, the fact that you guys killed the previous applicants, even though it wasn't really intentional, and took their original invitation, well, that's just pure randomness of the reality, I guess. Yes.
It's a void.
Oh, the previous applicants? Well, there was one guy in a tavern. I believe you killed. Well, I believe you actually took him to a bounty hunter. You took his invitation to the trials, and I thought, why not? Let's just see what happens.
Does it mean that there is no new world?
What do you mean, new world?
I mean, the actual invitation that we got from this person in the tavern was for a ship to a new world. We were supposed
Indeed.
to go to a new
You're here.
world.
Congratulations. You're in the new world. Just defines how you define world, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I think we
Although
all thought that we were.
science between planets, dwarf planet, worlds, dimensions, different realities, different spheres. It's all different. But all towards the same goal in the end. And, you know, you did go through his trials, you passed the tests. Well, all but one of you did. One of you just, well, I won't say what happened to him in the end, but, well, there's some things worse than death.
You call me.
Not you, Death. You're the weirdest anomaly of them all. I'm curious how the hell you were created. I mean, do you know how rare it is to get a death anomaly? Well, we only get one in every trillion applicants.
Just like it, I guess.
Possibly. Is it luck? Is it reality trying to say something? Is it part of a greater plan? Or is it just pure dumb luck? Well, I guess we should test it out a little bit more. But so I will offer a choice for you all here today. You may take your previous applicant's position, as technically you did pass through the trials, and technically you have assumed enough power level to proceed with another sphere's creation, but that will be up to you. I could also strip you of all these and return you back to the life whence you came, with zero memory, and I will just assume that, well, I'll just have to run the experiment again and see if I get the same result. If not, well, the universe is strange.
Pixie wants us to serve the master.
I'm not the master.
But the master for me, for the pixie.
I'm not the master.
And
No.
Thank you.
Is there a way I can bargain with these powers and go back to the place where I was? And keep my powers?
Ah, you want to return where you once were, but with the powers?
Yes.
I guess that would interfere with the current experiment on that world, but I mean, mathematically, there's far more that are underway already, and I guess one wouldn't hurt. You know, you are a weird bugger, so I wouldn't see an issue with that. Want your memories in place as well, or would you like a fresh wipe? A fresh start?
I
With
will
all
keep
your unique abilities.
I might keep the memories. Yes, I'll keep my memories.
Yes, that is usually advisable. It is very rare an anomaly survives long without memories of a certain nature.
Pixie still wants to serve the great Timmy.
Ah, you wish to serve me directly, do you? I guess I have role for an administrative assistant somewhere. We caretakers have a lot of requests nowadays, and, you know, I can't get to every one of these at once. These administrators are, well, they're good, but they are a bit clunky.
Can I ask one question before? That one trial where I disappeared and then reappeared, and I could... Was it you I was talking?
Nope.
Ooh.
Do you know who I was talking to?
I do know who you were talking to.
Is it a secret?
It is a secret. But if you come work for me, I'm more than happy to explain it to you.
Praise the TV! That's it.
Yeah, it looks like I might have a new administrative assistant. Good. I have a lot of paperwork been piling up I can't be asked with.
Praise the TV!
What about the other two of you?
Will all of these ever end at some point?
That
Or it's going to
is
be...
not part of the plan. The plan is eternal. It is ongoing in an endless cycle of loops. But, I mean, there have been points in history where Celestials have tried to break the cycle, but that's another story for another time.
So we are doomed to an existence of endless fights in prepared, or you said programmed, arenas.
Not necessarily. For you see, the last your previous applicant was on the final stages of the trial. The last part, shall we say. After a series of previous tests and trials and tribulations, this was the final stepping stone on their pathway to finally accessing the great spherical plans. So there doesn't have to be more trials if you don't want. I can throw more them at you. That's not a problem either. I have many other areas of design, but to be honest, this was rather a surprise. And I'm curious to see what would happen.
Want to continue?
You want to continue? There's many paths forward. See, you can continue with trials for greater power. You could continue on the path the previous applicant had done, because technically, I mean, it's a technical loophole, but technically, you'll have technically got to the final stage and could access the final path, onto which you could eventually become a celestial. You could eventually become a caretaker. You could eventually become an administrator, like this thing here. There's so many paths forward. And so many willing mortals that wish to go for it.
I want to ascend.
Depends what you want out of your path. What would an anomaly like you, someone taken from a world and thrust into unknown trials for an unknown reason, and to only find at the end that the choice is entirely yours? That would be a certain experiment worth looking at.
Because of my bloodline, I want to ascend.
You wish to become a god?
Celestial, I mean, God. Being a god is. I think it's a step too long. I'm happy to stay, within the demigods sphere.
Well, I mean, technically there isn't really a thing of a demigod. I mean, the fact that a god is just minutely less powerful than, say, another one, and they get given the title of demigod, I mean, it's technically the same thing, given time. Demigods evolve, gain power, and ascend. Or if they fizzle out, or they get rebels, or there's a billion different outcomes. But it depends on what your final path you desire to be, Anomaly.
That my final path would be to go for the celestial route.
You wish to continue the path as the applicant, then?
Yes.
Excellent. I had a feeling at least one of you would decide to venture down the unknown path. Merely hearing the word God sparks something in your primal brains that you just can't resist. That's fair. I believe I have an opening. Let's have a look here. Here's one just for you. Newly created barren wasteland. It's only been through 7 cycles so far. So pretty ripe ground. I believe the person in charge of that one is Etheria. Yes, Etheria. Oh yeah, I know her. She's lovely. I'm sure you'll get on wonderfully. Oh, there's just one teeny tiny problem before we proceed.
Yes.
We'll just have to remove all those pesky memories, at least temporarily. Or else it doesn't. We've found previously, Celestials usually work better when they're a blank slate. So, ascending to godhood, gaining the power of the mighty to dominate and shape worlds, but losing everything that came before as a sacrifice. The past for the future.
Yes, I agree. That could help leveraging.
I shall inform the caretaker Etheria straight away. She will come and collect you soon. I will allow you to proceed to the habitat ring below, where you may enjoy your last hours and memories of being immortal before ascending to true godhood. Oh, and yes, there is practically every single pleasure down there, so go wild. You'll see the other applicants down there as well. I believe there was the champion of Zinch this time who succeeded. Yeah, he was the one you guys missed. He just decided to go and jump the gun. But to be fair to him, he did already have the relative qualifications. He had gone through a lot more than you guys did. So hey, it's fair.
Are we the one that we missed? The one that we couldn't find? Was it?
Yes. He's already down there, so feel free to join him. And the eye will stretch out and you will have a new apparatus built around you. It looks like artificial mechanical wings that can get you down to the habitat ring.
Okay.
Yes, just go down there and your path will have been locked in forever. And you can enjoy all the benefits of being a celestial without all the pesky know-how that came before, all the horrible memories and etc., etc.
Okay. Perfect.
Now, for the last two of you, to just confirm your last pathways. Pixie. Administrator? The administrator path. Now, obviously, eventually, that pathway will lead for you to literally become what you see before you. A gigantic, monstrous construct beyond all known knowledge and intelligence, able to delve into the deepest mysteries of the universe, and retaining all your previous memories, because data is data.
Pixie just looks fascinating.
You want to lock into the administrator? Excellent. I shall take you with me for your conversion therapy. And finally, the weirdest anomaly of them all, death. As I said, only 1 in a trillion make it even to get an aspect of death, let alone able to actually harness the power and ability. There are many, many pathways open, many of which have not even been asked, many have not been discussed.
He's looking for godhood. I might as well become the devil.
You wish to be a threat? Yes, there's always a need for them. No, well, we can do that. Obviously, as a threat, you can retain your memories, as it makes a more interesting soup for the Celestials. I don't suppose you'd like to join your friend here?
I don't think my powers would be good enough up there.
You want to go, or do you want to be a fresh start somewhere? So you want to go down the threat route? Do you want to go with a fresh start, or would you like to accompany your celestial brethren here in his application route?
It's a hard bargain.
What's that?
That's hard to choose.
It is indeed. You can retain, as after all, he will not remember you. He will have zero memory of what happened before his conversion. You, however, as a threat, will. You'll retain everything. But that means he could turn against you. Well, actually, no, that's kind of the idea. He'll turn against you. Duh. But towards a greater plan, but yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do it.
Perfect. I'll let Etheria know that she's got another assistant. She usually likes having... I mean, as a first-time threat, you'll be early game, so I'd say you probably start off for the first few thousand years until they get a true technological civilization going. You know, cause some trouble here, bit of trouble there. Keep these Celestials united and against you as a common goal, and then you'll be taken out at the perfect moment just to ease the situation for the later farming process.
Very well.
Perfect, you have all selected your routes. And, might I say, not all the same either. Again, very surprising. You will deal with Fallon. Fallon will choose her own special route in the time.
What?
Fallon is currently sitting there, but obviously Fallon's had to disappear because it's 10 o'clock.
Okay.
But she can basically choose her end game scenario for her character.
Okay.
So, the ending is basically Bravo Leader has decided to go down the route of Celestial. He will lose all his previous memories, everything in his past, anything that could corrupt. Well, actually, to be fair, the process of conversion basically purges him of everything. He will be a fresh newborn god dumped onto some poor, unsuspecting planet, and hopefully not throw a moon at the planet like certain players. We have Death, who will be going in as one of the threats to make sure the Celestials are united and don't kill each other within the first few thousand years at least. So they've got a common enemy before the cycle process can truly start kicking off. And then we've got Pixie, who's decided to go down the administrator route, who will literally, in the future, become the thing you see in front of you.
Yep.
Nice.
And basically deal with all the admin crap of the cycle that no one else wants to deal with. You know, she does get to keep her memories, but obviously, due to the sheer gargantuan amount of information from 500,000 galaxies she's going to be in charge of, yeah, the emotion and her personality will eventually be suppressed into nothing, and she'll become little more than a computer. But will be immensely, insanely gifted intellectually, have control over gargantuan amounts of space, and basically be practically a god for 500,000 galaxies. A god above gods, but more computer and data-driven than a mortal being. And then Fallon will decide whatever the hell's happening with Fallon. And that is the end of session 1.
Hey.
Season 1 is over. And I'm surprised nobody asked about the fucking cycle, because you've all agreed to sign up to this great Omega type plan and have absolutely no idea what the hell it's all about. Okay, one person does know, because they played a previous campaign of mine.
Yeah, but Pixie wanted to serve Timmy.
You did serve Timmy. You are going to be literally become one of his administrators.
Yeah, Pixie
Yeah.
got what she wanted.
Yeah,
Pixie.
you become an administrator. And over time, your entire personality will be broken down into nothing but numbers.
Yeah, but Pixie does not care for all these psycho things. She met her idol. She finally met Timmy.
Now, I'm going to say, probably the person with the best outcome would probably be Death here for the threat. As he probably has a future beyond the end of a cycle. Bravo Leader, you may do, depending on what your character would do as a Celestial. But again, because it's going from blank slate, you know, it's 50-50. So, I mean, you could literally, in your... I'll tell you each of your end pathways. Basically, Bravo Leader, you could eventually literally become god of an ungodly amount of universes, worlds, planets, mortals, all serving the greater plan of the cycle. Death could eventually become literally one of the greatest threats ever to walk across all dimensions. But unknown to all the Celestials, he's not actually a big threat. He's just there to keep them all united against something rather than constant infighting. Because it turns out when you wipe something's memory, you know, it tends to not get on well a lot of the times with other Celestials, unless there's something that's threatening them all constantly with, you better keep united, or I'm going to nom on you all the time. Ha ha ha. And Nicole, well, you're literally becoming a giant robot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll because it's the end of the season, I'll basically tell you what the cycle. It's from another game of mine called Eden. And it's you instead of D&D where you start off as heroes, you start off as literal gods. So what Bravo Leader is. So you would literally start off as Bravo Leader with zero memories, zero idea about anything. And it turns out Bravo Leader is nothing more than a farmer. Except he's a farmer of souls. Particularly mortal souls. And he's basically given control with other Celestials of certain worlds to make their populations rise up. You know, make them expand, reproduce, get them nice fat and plump, ready for harvesting. And Death will be one of the harvesters that goes round going, I'm going to numb this planet now for all its lovely god power to create more celestials in an endless cycle of creation of planets, universes, galaxies that endlessly goes on and on and on and on and on. And that explains the multiverse.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
But no one asked for details, so that's what you get without playing the whole thing.
I've got a question.
Yes.
So, you know that you said that wasn't the Timmy that saved my character. What Timmy saved him?
Another Timmy.
So
You think there's one Timmy?
yeah, but how come that then when I showed the thing to the eye, it brought me that Timmy?
Why did it? Did you ask?
No, but I'm asking now.
Out of character.
Yeah.
So, when you get to a certain level in the area, you basically get your unique titles. And there once was an original Little Timmy, which you know because he was long ago. As an honorary title, those that get to certain levels also get given the title of Little Timmy. That one was just the closest one.
Oh, so it was his like job title basically.
Yep, it's his job title.
Well-
It's similar to how certain job titles were named after famous people for something they did.
Yeah.
Except you know what he did previously, and he like seriously changed the fucking game, so he got a big reward.
Yeah, but why did? I'm assuming my character will eventually find out. But why did that one chose to keep me?
Why did he keep you?
Yeah, and because you know when I went to do that trial and I
Yeah.
got nommed on.
Yeah.
Why did they keep me?
As part of the experiment.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, resurrection and magic exists. There's no point in deleting you, in terminating your existence if these guys are going to bring you back.
Oh, so I
enough.
got.
You were kind of put in like a temporary hold. I mean, if they didn't eventually resurrect you, you eventually would have just allowed yourself to just die off.
Wait, how did they resurrect?
Hmm?
I'm confused. Who
Well, they
did
brought you back, didn't they? Through the...
Who?
These guys.
Did they?
Yeah.
When did they bring me back? I forgot that.
So, you know, your character got
Yeah.
nommed on previously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then it came back later on,
Yes.
and everyone was wondering why was they getting it? Well, every day you guys were on the island.
Yeah.
You know that magical ability where you all get magical effects?
Yeah.
If your character died,
Yeah.
there was a chance on a roll you would return.
Oh, okay. So I rolled to return basically.
Mhm.
Okay, because I was so confused.
As the island would basically send you in its own little cycle of constant bloodshed, trials, and tribulations until eventually you got to a certain level where you basically you kept getting restarted until you actually finished the fucking thing.
Oh, okay. So there is not really.
You know, if it took you 1,000 years, if it took you 1,000,000, if it took you 1,000,000,000,
So-
eventually you get
So
through it.
really, we were at no risk of death on the island. We'd eventually come back.
No,
You just wouldn't know.
you just don't know if it would take literally 1,000,000,000 years or if it'd be the next day.
And
Okay.
we also
And luckily for you, it rolled very well.
So Pixie came back.
And also, we do not know the eye from the sky.
No.
We don't
What
know
was the guy from?
who or what that was.
Nope, you naturally assume it was this thing. Is
Oh.
it? Is it not? That's the question.
I'm quite curious how we got to. Because when we were on the boat and then we got eaten by the Kraken thing, how we then got on the island.
You were holding the application.
Oh.
You were holding your entry ticket, which was that little blue glowing orb. If you remember way back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The thing you nicked off the original applicant.
To the. Thing.
Yep. And basically, it gave you, you have a free pass to this area.
Okay.
All right, go forward.
Oh, okay. So, but everyone else, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, everyone else is completely screwed.
Everyone else.
Yeah, if they didn't have a car, basically you guys entered an area to go to the new world. Unfortunately, you had missed out the detail of, the new world you assumed was still on the same planet.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
planet, but
And unfortunately for the rest of them, they also didn't realise that, and they all got nom nom because they didn't have the right pass.
you. It's a good thing I didn't eat the.
Yeah, it's very good thing you didn't eat the orb. That would have gone very, very badly, very
I
quickly.
licked it, but I didn't eat it.
That would have thrown you up as technically you have the pass, but technically you destroyed the pass, and so it would have thrown you to this thing quite early on for evaluation before sending you to the trials. So that's the way you would have met this thing right at the very, 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 very start.
Oh.
But instead you met it right at the very end as intended.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't derail a campaign within the first 5 minutes, which is good.
You nearly thought I was going to eat it.
I did.
didn't you?
I was like, she's going to eat it. She's going to eat it. Any moment now, she's going to eat it. And I've got to activate my contingency plan. Shit.
No, luckily I only licked it, turned blue, and then thought,
Yeah.
no, that's enough. You always take into account that you get players like me.
But yeah, the rest of you have all got endings, which I think you all wanted in the end. Bravo Leader, you're literally becoming a god. Like, that's no joke, you are literally becoming a god.
Not bad.
I mean, the fact that gods are little more than a big fish in a little pond in a giant mega ocean, or bigger sharks and stuff, yeah, gods are gods.
Yes.
Which goes into, if anyone has got the D&D space thing with the different spheres,
Yes.
that links in with that. So the gods can't travel from world to world or sphere to sphere. They are very limited into planetary bodies. So if you are in D&D and you go from one world to another, they may believe in the same god, but the god may not be linked to that world or that sphere. And gods are scared shitless of moving out of their spheres. And death is basically the reason why. Well, he will eventually become the reason why. They are scared of going between different things. E.g., staying in your little actual assigned area, and you can control whatever the hell you want in that little area, but don't you dare go and start poking over other spheres, or else we'll send in death to teach you a lesson.
Does he get to stay as the image of death?
Yeah, because, Bravo Leader basically will end up as a ball of celestial energy who can choose whatever the fucking form he wants. The threats are very similar, where they get to choose what form they want to take on. The only one that doesn't is you, because administrators are giant-ass spherical computers in space.
Nah.
So you're the only one that didn't get to choose what they look like in the end. But then your character's gone through that many different changes, appearance-wise, during this entire thing. I don't think that's unreasonable at this point.
Yeah, my cat is still confused.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I think that's it, mate.
Hope you all enjoyed it.
I'm guessing Pixie's going to make an appearance in one of your Eden campaigns.
Oh yeah, by the way, your characters have now been logged and are now in the official lore of Eden as well, and will be making appearances in any future campaigns that I do in there, because you all chose paths which will relate to it. So
Nice.
Bravo Leader, you will literally be one of the NPC Celestials that the players will encounter. Death, you are definitely being used as one of the threats, alongside Etheria. And Nicole knows how lovely Etheria is, and the fact that a player managed to seduce her
And have babies.
and have babies with her that eventually
With
cause utter havoc.
Yeah, with this evil deity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a quick...
And Nicole, you will become the administrator of whatever area the players are in. So eventually they will also meet your character.
Pixie.
And if they inquire, they will hear about Pixie's backstory, because Pixie will have a backstory in her memory banks. It's just you won't care by that point.
They will probably also won't care at this point that I'm no longer a cat.
No.
And
Yeah, I think you're long.
No, got me.
the Mentagor,
Sorry.
when it comes to other seasons, will we create new characters, so we do something completely different?
Well, this is the thing. So I didn't know if we were going to carry on with the seasons, but the original idea was that you were going to follow basically you were going to go through the application process. So you were going to be dumped on a world with your powers and basically make it ready for being incorporated into the cycle. So, hi, here's a load of you guys with lots of awesome mega powers, basically making you demigods. And I'm going to throw you at a world and see what you basically do to it. Because that is part of the experiment. But obviously, because people have been dropping out, it's the the thing of well, you don't have to do that bit if you didn't want to. You could go straight to the end game rewards.
Okay.
But basically, if in the future you want to continue, it would be that you chose the that path and you'd be sent down onto a world to basically turn it into your own.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I was thinking about, because I don't think it will be easy to manage where everyone is on a different path.
Yeah, that's why I pulled it together for the end of the season, just to make it as a nice end, but basically a nice bubble tight ending. Just because I know obviously we've lost half the players at this point. So,
okay, well, I mean, guys, it's been really nice journey. I really enjoyed it, and I mean, I've never hidden that I really love your your skill as a narrator. It was really captivating. I was really there trying to listen to all the story, and the way you were telling it was really nice. I really respect your storytelling skills.
Thank you very much. I'm more than happy to do it again for you guys, but it's just getting obviously I know online it's a lot harder because real life gets in the way and it's not as
yeah.
But
I mean,
I'm glad I've made it entertaining and kept you guys entertained for all these sessions, and you've had to deal with my crazy side, because a lot of my D&D campaigns are very open world, so I will adapt it around you guys a lot of the time. So if you guys decided you want to become pirates, like every other single one of my New World campaigns,
we
go pirates.
We never actually made it to the New World.
No one has ever made it to the New World.
We sort of got, I think the biggest thing, we got halfway and decided, fuck it, we'll be
pirates.
Yeah.
Along these lovely new trade routes to the New World.
Yeah, we basically became Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what we did.
Yeah, but I mean,
made like our little pirate base.
I'll throw a main theme out there, but whether you guys want to stick to it, I mean, you guys have stuck to this theme quite well. So it's continued along that route.
What you're saying is we didn't become pirates?
No. There was also, just so you know, there were many other ways you could also have got off that island. You didn't have to follow the main story arc. For example, there was actually a escape into basically where you came in. Where if you know on the map there was all those different blue points.
Yes.
So 2 of them had ways out. You just never went to them.
Oh, okay.
So if you went to the far, far north, for example, there would have been a puzzle to solve, which was basically the equivalent of you guys saying, I want to quit the program. I want to go back. And yeah, you basically would have just quit the application process.
Okay.
Obviously in a much more fantasy-driven way, but it wasn't just a sign this form here to quit. But there was also another one where you could have forced your way out, like literally brought down the actual very barriers of the reality and sent the island crashing down onto the actual planet, or a planet, but it would have been a random planet.
So was the island suspended in space?
It was in a bubble dimension. It was connected to various spheres where various champions of the cycle, after many, many grueling tasks of doing stuff, would have basically been told, okay, you have now enough accolades to warrant going to the island of trials and basically seeing which pathway was best for you. There were other pathways as well. There weren't just those 3. There was quite a few other ones as well. Just no one, again, inquired about them. So you didn't get told.
Okay.
So you could have become, for example, a mortal, but an mortal aristocrat within this eternal cycle. So basically, already ruling over a planet that has already gone through a cycle and been determined it's not worth farming. It's much more valuable producing ships, producing men, soldiers,
Okay.
various things. You could have literally been dropped on a barren planet with nothing else on there if you'd have pissed him off. There was a lot of different endings. It's just you guys quite focused on those three because they're the first three that came up.
Okay.
But yeah,
I
there was
see.
a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of options available. But yeah,
Well, I mean,
hope you enjoyed.
it was really enjoyable. I mean, again, I really like this the whole thing a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad. Good to know I haven't haven't wasted everyone's time, so it's all good.
Okay, guys. Then
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let
Talk to
Fallon
me.
decide what she wants to. I'll do a private I'll do a role play with her where she just does it on Facebook text about what her character would do.
Mhm.
And then from there she can choose. She might choose a completely different path to the rest of you.
Yeah.
She might choose one similar. She might decide, nah, I'm done with this. I want to just go back to a normal and just be able to seduce men whenever I want on my own original planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, well, we all know the fate of the horny dude, who basically would have spent the rest of eternity as a screaming face on part of that Chaos Keep.
Aye.
At least until the Civil War in the Second Eden campaign, when literally reality would start becoming split in a civil war between Celestials and threats and various other things. Because there is a whole timeline. You guys are basically near the start of the Eden timeline, so I can literally use your characters a lot in future campaigns. So
What
yeah,
is this,
feel free in
this-
the comfort. Your characters will have continuation.
What is this Eden campaign again?
So it's one that I designed where it was instead of you guys starting off as adventurers in D&D, this is the one where you would basically do, so you could do this before you do a D&D campaign. So you could, you know how like in D&D you've got the history of the world, the gods, races, threats that have come up. Basically, the idea is you do Eden first, you run that for a while, go for a few thousand years of civilization, and then you guys take over as D&D characters within that world. And then you get references to, oh, one of your celestial characters is mentioned as one of the main gods of the world. They have religious temples and stuff built to them. They have their own. Basically, you create your own Bible and religion and stuff, and you can set the D&D party within there.
Okay.
So it's like a prequel to a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So you can choose to set. It's basically like a sandbox mode, so you can create the world to your liking. So the map, you can create everything, the threats, monsters. If you want to do crazy ass shit, if you want to just have a normal slow campaign, it's all up to you. But yeah, you basically start off as celestial gods. So the original celestial gods that form life on the planet, that terraform it, that make the world your own, that forms your own stories. And then, you know, as one party, not naming names here, did, they saved the world by throwing the moon at it.
Ah.
I mean, technically, they saved it from a threat like death, but they also destroyed the world in the process and had to restart.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, but in our defense, we didn't know it was actually possible to throw the moon.
Yeah, until one of the party decided to try it, and it actually worked.
Yeah, we didn't actually know we had enough strength to throw the moon.
But you would find out through the Eden campaign, you guys may be gods, but it is like you are a big fish in a small pond next to a gigantic ocean full of sharks and whales and much more powerful things. So you'd start going, oh yes, I am the most awesome, I have the most power, I have literally the power of creation over my world. It's like, yeah, but in D&D there's many, many spheres out there and many things that can eat you. And there are accounts in D&D where gods have literally been killed, slain, eaten.
Yeah.
So you're gods, but yeah, you're basically just another step on the rung of the power level. But for that campaign, you can't do it online. You have to do it in person because you guys literally draw the maps yourself.
Ah, I see.
As you literally form the world by basically drawing it out and mapping it out. on a giant ass bit of paper. So.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
I've had groups do it before. It's quite good. But yeah, you guys, all your characters are now part of the official lore and will be mentioned in many campaigns going forward.
Nice.
And if you want to put something down that your character would definitely try and do in your new state, feel free, and I will definitely put that into a campaign.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I leave how much enthusiasm you want for your future creation up to you.
Okay.
When you said the character actually lost all of the memories, but
yes,
it will keep the traits, right? So the way it is in terms of personality, those will stay. It's just the memories that are lost.
All the memories are lost. So the idea was they've done this like the Eternal Cycle is literally Celestials get put on a planet. They obviously let it grow, develop it, go through the usual rigmaroles of civilization. It gets to a certain population level and it gets assessed. So it gets assessed whether, depending on the needs of the greater empire, do they need a sudden influx of power to create more worlds and more gods? Do they need just another world that they can use for just raw resources? Do they need a world where they can grow soldiers and armies and fleets to protect against other threats? Because, as I said, there's other things out there beyond you guys. And then that's the cycle it goes through. It's basically a thing of you grow the crop, it gets to the harvest point. You can either take it all down, you can replant it next time, you can develop the land for something else. And it's a cycle that goes on and on as more planets are created. If anyone's seen the Eternals, I am mad because they basically stole part of my idea. Where gods are created to create new worlds, and it's an endless cycle of constant, yes, worlds are destroyed, but gods are created that create exponentially more worlds along the way, and so there's a net positive rather than a net loss. But yeah, that's the cycle, and then there's a greater being that's above all of you, and it's literally a hierarchical, aristocratic kind of society that it developed into, where you have the top of the top of the top god, who I won't say who it is, but he's very impressive. I've only had one player group that's actually met the guy.
Oh, okay.
But he basically is the one who set this entire thing in motion as a way to preserve the universe after it had gone past its natural lifespan.
And I think depending on the timeline depends on...
Yeah, so you guys are right at the start of it.
Like, who's...
So you're in like the golden age where worlds are being created every second. New gods are being created constantly.
I think one campaign we had, which was
one campaign
later on, and it was vastly different without any.
Yeah, so there's three timelines of Eden. There was the golden age, where it turns out this ultra creator god, the original celestial, basically, he was facing the death of his universe just because of time. There was no great threat beyond time. Stars were going out. Black holes were dying. It was literally just a death of the universe because that much time had passed. He found the way of basically creating planets and stars and matter and energy from nothing, like the Big Bang, through the celestial process, and figured out if he kept creating gods that then created more planets, that then created more gods, that created more planets, he could basically bring the universe back from the brink of utter annihilation. And it goes through a golden age of, obviously, constant expansion. However, he figured out that very early on, it's best to wipe the memories of gods before they get, because mortals tend to have quite a few... they tend to have... And so they try to get a bit power-hungry, whereas if they start off a blank slate, on a more positive side, most of the time, they usually unite against a common threat, e.g. death, that would pop up. They would then, unite, help the world grow to defend against the threat that would occasionally pop up. Just scare them, go like, oh yes, I'm a massive threat, I'm going to end the world, but I'm not really, I'm just there to keep you guys united and make sure you don't kill each other. Their second timeline was the Civil War timeline, which was actually a result of one of the player group. And And basically, it got to the point where, because it was an eternal cycle, there was also an eternal amount of suffering going on. As you can imagine, harvesting a world was not exactly a very nice process to the mortals that lived on it. And there was the ethical thing about, do they have the right? Factions started sprawling up. Rebellions started getting crushed, which caused more rebellions to come up, which eventually led to a full civil war between ones that wanted a more equal society rather than a top-heavy, the almighty god's in charge of everything, and we don't know, have a clue what the hell his plan is. And the final one was basically towards the end, where the players would try to either... Well, the decision they had was whether they would restart the cycle or end it for good. So the Civil War has long gone. Celestials are practically wiped out altogether. There's only a few left over. And those that were left over weren't actually meant to be created. They were mortals that accidentally gained godhood through just absorbing the decayed remains of the Celestials. Like they fell into a cavern that housed the body of a dead Celestial, and they absorbed its power, becoming a Celestial in the process.
Oh.
But retaining all their memories, e.g., the last campaign was for the experienced players who knew what they were doing. And it was like, all right, you're literally in a universe that's on the very brink of utter extermination, just like the original creator.
What do you do with it?
Yeah, do you basically restart the cycle, thus basically proving that even the original creator god probably wasn't the original who even thought about it. And this is an endless cycle that has been going on of it constantly expanded. Then there was a civil war because inevitably time would catch up with it.
Yes.
That would eventually lead to a new devastation. That would lead the last remnants of the gods to decide, actually, let's do it again. Because the other choice is literally just letting the entire of reality descending into nothing. As stars went out, galaxies ended, universes ended, and you were left with just a vast void. And I believe the player party in the end of that last one decided to just let's just restart, but not here. Let's go elsewhere. Let's restart the universe, but on our own terms, from complete scratch. Rather than using remnants to rebuild it.
Yeah, I think there was one choice where you could completely go somewhere else.
So the idea was that there was always an eternal cycle, and the players would basically decide if the cycle had always been going on, and that the ultimate creator god wasn't even the ultimate creator god, he was just a celestial who was the last one and decided to restart the cycle because there was nothing else to do.
So I can't explain it. A thing within a thing within a thing within a thing.
Whether you were just one part of an eternal cycle outside of an eternal cycle, or whether that cycle was actually destined to even end, and it was always the destiny of everything to eventually end. Bit of a mindfuck. Yeah. And this is what happens when you spend too much time at uni board. But yeah, so that gives you a brief overview of what Eden is like as well. So it is like you are gods. But if you think godhood is the ultimate ascension, you are far from wrong. There are many things between here and there and even beyond. And yeah, you basically might have one day created the cycle anew. Or you might have decided it's the torture, the pain, the hellhole. Because literally harvesting a world is apocalyptic ending to that world. There is no nice way of killing everybody on the world. They're all going to be drained and tortured to keep the power going. And all suns, it turns out, are basically fueled by trillions of souls constantly burning in agony. For the sake of more trillions and millions and trillions and trillions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There you go. You guys are going to be mentioned in any Eden campaigns that go forward because you are now official characters of it as well.
Great. That's gonna be a nice legacy.
Yeah. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed my little mind fuck of what was the bigger plan that it's all going into.
Yeah, thanks a lot again. And
that you all feel absolutely insignificant because you are all one tiny gear in a larger, greater machine that's ongoing eternally.
Wow. I mean, once you say this, it feels really wow.
You get to godhood like, yes, I've got godhood. Oh, by the way, even
Yeah.
then, you're like a teeny tiny little speck. I mean, it's like, yeah, the greater empire doesn't really give a shit about what happens on your world most of the time, unless, you know, something really goes wrong or you're getting close to harvesting time.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Again, thanks a lot. Then.
Yep.
Good night, and I'll we talk soon. Maybe if we want to arrange what to do next, if we want to do something next. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
it's been really nice to playing with you
Yep.
lot.
Yeah, it's been great fun.
All good. Right. I'll see you all possibly next time.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Okie dokie. Let me just get myself into this. Give me. So, guys, we got to the end of the Explorers of Arazaeus. After 6 episodes, tonight we got the Big Bang season finale. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been really amazing, playing this campaign with the guys. Who knows what's gonna happen next? We need to try and understand how and if we want to proceed. I hope we can still play because I really like the Manticore style. I mean, for now, on Wednesday, we are going to add. Maybe now that there's nothing scheduled for Wednesday, I could go back to DCS on Wednesday. We can put because now we will have. We have Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesday. We have Dungeons and Dragons on Friday. So Tuesday is in Italian, Friday is in English in the afternoon, and if we have the Avernus, it will be in Italian in the evening. What else have? And those two will stay as Dungeons and Dragons. Now Wednesday we can go DCS, back to DCS. We can do Thursday and Sunday. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to think about how to deal with it, because I could get back to Star Citizen otherwise. So I mean, in reality, I need to finish Divinity first. Once Divinity is out of the way, things should be easier. If that wasn't for that weird save file that I lost, that was really disappointing. But anyway, things are, it is what it is. We are almost going to the Nameless Isle with in both of the campaign, the single player and the multiplayer. We just have left just a bit of the Harbinger of Doom. And then we can do Alice, and then we can do the arena in Driftwood. Then we can move to the Blood Moon Island. I mean, I know where to move on the Blood Moon Island. It's not going to be too complicated. And then from there, Nameless Isle. We go to the Nameless Isle, and yeah, that should be it basically. Nameless Isle. The Nameless Isle does not actually last that much. I played that already until the Hall of Heroes or whatever was the academy there, and was pretty straightforward. Didn't take that as long as a reverse coast. Also because I think it's between level 16 and 18 the Nameless Isle, so 2 levels compared to the 10 levels that you have on reverse coast. So yeah, I mean, there's much more. There's not that much stuff on Nameless Isle before we go to the academy, and then from there, now that I know what to do, as well, it's not going to be possible. It's going to be pretty straightforward. Yeah, so we will see. Once that's out of our way, it means that we have we can do Star Citizen and DCS. And that's probably what's gonna happen. So guys, for now, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this adventure. I'll put the video on YouTube as usual as part of the playlist, so it will be a self-contained playlist for the explorers. That would be it for tonight. I'm not going to keep streaming, although I probably keep playing a little bit on myself. Yeah, so good night. I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, so tomorrow we go with Divinity. So Jim, if you're around tomorrow, I'll send you a message as well. Hopefully we can move towards all the levels there, and then yeah, good night, safe journeys, always have fun, and as I usually say, Bravely the Dog. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.